Hey guys, sorry about the late start. I had a few problems. Okay, so today is for beginners. So we're going to do numbers, pronouns, we're going to do simple conjugations, so to have, to be, to want, to do, to make. And then we can work on asking questions. So we'll see how much we get through. It depends on the level of students in this class. And we're going to work a little bit on pronunciation. So you have to learn the alphabet if you want to learn how to pronounce our words. So if you've never taken an English class before, this class will be for you, which means I should probably speak more slowly. So sorry about that. So we already have a few people in class. Welcome, guys. And we'll just wait for more students to join. Once again, the ABCs, numbers, pronouns like I, him, her, they, his, her, their. Okay, so we're going to work on those. We'll go over them, don't worry. And the present tense for verb conjugations. And then maybe if we have time, we can work on some questions or do some work on complete sentences and not just answering yes or no. All right. So we only have a few people in class, if you want to join, because it's better to start, when we have 9 students. So if you want, we can make some introductions. Which is, beginner English. So the structure is your name, so you can and give your name. And then you can tell me your age. So we'll work on some small details. And so in English, we say I am for age. So I am, name. And how long you've studied English. Okay, so I wrote some of those down. So I am ... and then your name. So I am Laura. I am 23 years old. Okay, and I'm a native speaker, so I can't say that one. But you would say I have studied English for 1 year. 5 years, something like that. All right, so Daniel Brandeo, can we start with you? Making an introduction class. Hello.
My name is Daniel. I live from Brazil. My house 27.
Okay, so you are from Brazil. You are 27, you said? And how long have you studied English?
Yeah, 1 year.
1 year. Good. Yeah. So 1 is singular. 1 second. I have a lot of noise. I need to shut a door. Okay, sorry about that, guys. The owner is mowing the lawn and it was really loud. Okay, Diego, can you introduce yourself to class?
Hi, my name is Diego. I'm from Brazil. I'm 17 years old. And I study English since 8 months ago.
Okay, so I started English 5 to 8 months ago. Good. Nice to meet you. What about Firana?
Hi, I'm Magda from Poland.
And And how long have you studied English?
Oh, it's hard to say, but let's say 2 years.
Okay, so about 2 years. Good. Nice to meet you. What about Freddie?
Hi.
Hello.
Um, I'm start to speak English about 1 year ago, I guess, and I'm a very beginner in English. Um, I don't know what
Where
else.
are you from?
I'm from Central America.
Central America. All right. So it looks like we have a few people from South America right now. Cool. All right. What about, oh, sorry, Iami Ahmed?
Lamy, Lamy, Yeah, is my name. I am Lamy from Egypt. I am 30 years ago. Also old. I have been studied English for around about 2 years.
About 2 years. Good. Nice to meet you. And what about Felipe Pereira? Okay. And what about, sorry, Zinyu Zhang?
Hello,
Hello.
teacher.
Yes, I
Hello,
can hear you.
teacher.
Oh,
Hello.
It's my turn.
yep,
It's my
so
turn.
1 second, Felipe. I guess your mic
It's
is
me.
working now. Okay, so, yep, we'll start with Felipe then. Yep.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. I'm from China.
Oh, from China. All right. And how
I
long have
am very old. I am very old. I
Okay.
am 34 years old.
You're not that old.
I have studied English. I have studied English for 12 years.
Two
But
years.
12 years.
Mm-hmm.
For 12 years. But my English is very bad. I'm so sorry about that.
No, I understood you
I
completely.
so I come here to improve my speaking English. Thank you, teacher. You are very good for teaching English.
You're welcome. We'll see. We'll see how you feel after today's class. And okay. Felipe, you were next.
Okay. I am Philippe.
Where are you from?
I'm from Philippe. Oh, I'm Philippe. I'm from Brazil. And I learned English in months. I don't know. I think you 5 months.
Okay, so I have learned. Good. All right. And so we have a few more students in class. Would you like to introduce yourselves, Rocio or Vincenzio?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you repeat, please?
Would you like to introduce yourself? So your name, maybe your age, and how long you've studied English, and where you are from.
I'm from Spain.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you studied English?
In English?
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Never. Okay. All right. All right. So this is good. We have a beginner class. And what about Vincenzio? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm Vincenzo. My name is Vincenzo. I'm from Italy. And I study English from 4 months.
4 months. Good.
Yeah. But
All
I
right.
studied English in my high school from about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm here to improve my skills, and I try to improve my English.
Yeah, I think that's why we're all here. So we have a pretty diverse class. It's kind of funny. I have my three students from South America on my left-hand side. So Verbling broke it up, which is kind of interesting. So welcome everyone to class. And so today we're going to work first on the alphabet. So this kind of involves some singing, unfortunately. So I'm sorry about this, but you all know the alphabet in your own language. So does anyone know it in English? The alphabet, which is A, B, C. Do you know how to pronounce all of the letters?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one yes. Is there anyone that doesn't know how to pronounce all the letters? Okay, so as I guess I'm going to repeat it. We'll say it one time, and then as a class we can repeat after me. So that way we know, because I know the end gets tricky with V, W, and Y, and all that nonsense. Okay, so all right, so we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And so I'm going to get a picture of the alphabet, and so we can read it as a class. All right. All right, so this looks good. Okay. So does anyone know the song that goes with it at all in English?
I know.
Okay. You know it? Can you sing a little bit of it for us?
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T
O
U.
P Q R S T U V W X Y Z.
Yep. So good. Just try not to interrupt other students. And then the end is XYZ. Oh, I can't remember the end. It's been way too long. But yeah, so that's the song. Does anyone else want to give it a try before we move on? I know it's a little silly, but it helps to sing it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Anyone? This is your chance. All right. So those are our letters. And the end right here, so I'm going to point out, this is where I think it gets complicated. So this is U, and it's pronounced the same way as Y-O-U. So U, V, W, X, Z, Y. It should be Y-Z. So that's not a correct photo. All right. So now we're going to move on to something else, which is numbers. Okay, so we have numbers here at the bottom. Can someone read these for us in English?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. 0.
7 was this one.
8, 9.
Yeah, 0. So does anyone need me to write what they are? So this, if you see, I'm writing on the side in our class chat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, so those are the numbers 1 through 10. All right. And so people are posting. Good. And so what I want us to do is take a look at more numbers.
everything.
And I'm going to show you guys a worksheet. Okay. Okay. Let's make this bigger. Just once.
Yeah. It's been a ride.
Sorry, was that me? Okay. I guess you guys didn't hear that, but it was playing really loud music. So what I want us to do is let's work on the numbers. So what comes after 10?
11.
11. And after, so
12. 13, 14. 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, up to 100.
Exactly. Hundreds. So we have 100. What comes after 100?
101.
Well, yes, but in the hundreds, if we count by 100.
Excuse me, I didn't get your
So 100, then we have 200, 300,
yeah.
400.
1,000.
Yeah, and then afterwards, we have 1,000.
10,000.
Yes. Okay. I have a website without music this time, which is nice. Yeah, and then 10,000.
20,000. Up to 100,000.
And then what comes after?
Million.
Yep.
Billion.
Good. So we have million and billion. And then does anyone know what comes after billion?
Million.
Trillion.
Trillion. Yeah. Billion. And so I'm posting this link to this website. And this is all of your numbers. So what can get difficult for people is the numbers between 10 and 20, the teens, because 11, 12 are odd, and then we have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then it switches to 20, and then we do 21, 22. Okay, and that pattern continues with 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. When we get to 100, we do 101. Okay, so you have the link, and you can take a look at the numbers here, and we're looking at cardinal numbers. Ordinal numbers are a little different. It's like first, second, okay? And so we can work with those as well. So for instance, Daniel Brandeo was the first person to introduce himself in class, okay?
Teacher, can you put the link on the chat box about
So,
number?
Yep, it's in Verbling. It's in our class chat. I cannot go back to Verbling chat. So once you join our class chat, you can see it there. And I'm going to see if we have a worksheet. We can work with some of these numbers. Worksheet. Does anyone have any questions so far? So this makes sense. It's clear.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, this is all writing nonsense. Okay, so we're going to do some butterfly math.
The correct pronunciation of 20 is 20 or 20?
Oh, so someone must have the video on repeat. Just make sure that all your browsers are closed. Okay, so in English, we have a few pronouns, okay? Does anyone know what a pronoun is at all? Okay, So a pronoun is referring to a person or an object. It's a noun. The object in English is it, because we don't have masculine or feminine. So for those of you who speak Spanish or Portuguese, which I know is similar to French, you would use well, for me it's elle or il, like him or her, for objects that are masculine or feminine. But in English, we only use it. And then the pronouns we use, so we have I. Sorry, it mutes me every time. So we have I, him, her, you, and they. Okay. So unlike some other languages, we only have one form of you. Okay. So we do not have a formal and an informal you. So if you address someone, you use the same verb tense. So it's a little bit easier. Okay. So we have I, him, her, you, they, and then it. And so a pronoun, Zing Zhao Zing posted the definition, is a word used to refer to someone or something when you don't want to use the noun. So if we don't want to say the computer, or if we don't want to say Sarah all the time, we use a pronoun to replace it. Okay? So does this make sense for people in class? Is this okay so far?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. We're going to take a look at conjugating verbs in the present tense, all right, the present simple. And the first verb I want to take a look at is to have, okay? So can we conjugate this as a class? How do we conjugate this in the present?
I'm sorry, I think I don't understand the question.
No. Okay, if you don't understand, just let me know. So to have is the infinitive of the verb, and so we want to conjugate it in the present tense. So the present tense, the moment right now.
To get?
So to get is informal, and so that's another verb that we use in everyday speech. So how would we say with I, what form of the verb do we use for to have?
I have.
Yeah, so I have. He or she.
She has or she has.
Mm-hmm. And you have. Sorry, it mutes me every once. Oh, and what about they?
They have.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have, he, she has, you have, they have. All right. So those are the forms, and I've written them in chat. So if you want to write them down or copy and paste them onto a document, they are on the side. All right. What about the next verb, be? So how do we conjugate to be? How do we conjugate to be, sorry, in the present tense?
I have.
So that's to have.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
She is. He is. They are.
What about for you?
I am.
So I am, he, she is, you are, they are. Good. And so we use these verbs a lot in English, to have and to be. So when we introduced ourselves, we said, I am Laura, I am 23 years old. So with age, we always use the verb to be. And when we introduce our names, we also use that verb. And so I'm going to write those examples for us. Okay, all right. And then, okay, and another verb we should look at is to like. Okay. So how would we conjugate to like?
I like.
Mm-hmm.
She likes. He likes. He like. Am I right? They like.
Yes, good. So good job. Sorry, I type and it mutes me.
Okay.
What's another popular verb that we use? To have, to be, to like. Say to see. To see is a good one to use.
Just I have a question, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the difference between she is like or she likes?
Yep. So in English, we have words that are considered filler words. So, and you speak Spanish, right, Yami? Were you one of my...
No. I am from Cairo, Egypt.
Oh, Egypt. Okay. So...
But a little bit Italian, so...
Okay. I don't know where that is. Sorry.
No, it's more similar. Spanish, French, and Italian more similar language.
Oh, okay. Very cool. I just said one of them. A filler word is or ah and like. And so the stereotype for American girls is like they talk like this. Oh my God, like cool. So she is, what was your example? She is
What's the difference between she is like or she likes?
So there's a few, she is like a cow. You can use it as a simile, which meaning, sorry, that's an annoying feature. So she is like ... something. So you can make it a simile, or when you say it, she is like so annoying. It's a filler word. So you could say she is so annoying, or she is like so beautiful. She is so beautiful. All right. Simile.
I got it. Yeah.
Or filler. She likes means well, to like the verb. So it means she likes ice cream. She actually likes it. So you're using the subject and the verb. Sense. So it would be like you saying, I like ice cream. She likes ice cream. She is like a cow, or she is like so beautiful. It's used either way, simile or filler. And then she likes is subject verb. So you're saying she actually enjoys whatever she's eating or doing, or whoever she sees. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's clear.
Okay. Any other questions at all?
We can keep going.
Okay. So why don't we take a look at the verb to see? How would we conjugate that?
I see.
Mm-hmm.
He is see.
Mm-hmm.
He is see. They see. And that's it. I see.
He, she. And so what are some other verbs that you want us to conjugate? Are there any that you don't know that you want to take a look at, that you've heard, that you want to use? No? Okay. Is I'm going to give us a worksheet because the class went pretty quickly. So we're going to work on our verb conjugations. Being able to choose the right tense, which is, yeah, present tense. So deciding between the present and the past. So before we get the worksheet, can we take a look at how to conjugate in the past? Does anyone know how to do that? So for the verb to have, how would you conjugate the verb in the past?
I had.
Mm-hmm. I had. Okay, so
She has.
They have. They have. Yeah, so it's all with had. What about, to have is a regular. So in comparison, we're going to look at to like, which is, and with regular verbs, you add ed to the past tense. Okay? God, that's annoying. How would we conjugate to like in the past tense using that rule? You add ed.
Liked.
So verbs that are regular, we conjugate them in the past tense with ed. Verbs that are irregular, unfortunately, you have to memorize, which is, there's more irregular than there are regular, which tends to happen. All right, list.
Hi.
Okay, and so we're going to take a look at this website.
Verb to like.
And so this is showing us all of the irregular verbs. It's going to show us the simple past and the past participle. All right, but we are only concerned with the simple past, which is going to be the words in red. Okay, so
Hi.
is this working? All right, there we go. I posted the link.
Yes.
All right, so we can see the simple present. All right, and these are a lot of words. Okay, but I'm going to point out the ones that you should maybe memorize after today's class. All right, so awake, awoke, the second one here. All right, to wake up, okay, and we can use, I'll give you the different verb that you hear more often. To wake, and the past is woke. So I woke up this morning at 5 a.m. Okay, to be, was and were. Okay, and that's an important one. So why don't we conjugate that? How would you guys conjugate that completely for I in the past? To be in the past tense.
I was.
What about he and she?
Was. Also was.
What about you?
Were.
You were. What about they?
They were.
Good. Excellent.
We were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so another word that we use a lot is become and became. All right. So this is an important one to know. To build becomes built. Did I miss one? I wanted to point out by. Okay, so an important one that you guys will use a lot, okay, is buy and bought. Okay, so I buy apples every day. Yesterday, I bought apples. Okay, so the past, the present, and the past. Okay, come and came. Okay, these are also important. Come and came. and then do. So this is one of the verbs I wanted to go over before. So can we do to do in the present tense? How do we conjugate to do in the present?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do. You do. But she and it does. DOES.
Perfect. Yeah, so I do, he, she does, you do, they do. What about in the past?
Did.
Okay. And so is it did for all of them?
Yeah. I did, she did, he did, they did.
Yeah. I'm just going to write one word, did. And so just a question, how do you pronounce? I just posted it in chat. Can you all pronounce that?
Did.
Close.
Yeah, very close.
It's pronounced the same way as this word.
No, died.
Yeah. So when we see these words, make sure you say died for both of them. My students here always say did. So he did in 1945. It makes no sense. So died. All right. So repeat to yourselves. Died, did. Died, did. Good. And so the first one that I gave you right here with the D-I-E-D, that means to pass away. So if someone murders you, you die. And the second one means to color something. So you color fabric, you dye fabric. Okay. You dye your hair, things like that. All right. Another word we use is forget a lot and forgot. To forget and forgot. And say and said. All right. So can we conjugate to say in the present tense?
I say, but she, he, it says.
Mm-hmm.
S-A-I-S, I think, yes. No, with Y? Is still Y?
With Y.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I.
Just in the past, the Y began I. Said.
Say. Good. Yeah. And then in the past tense, what is it for each one?
I said, he said, all said.
Yeah. You said, they said. Good. All right. And let's see. Do we understand? Understand.
Understood.
Understood.
I understand.
Do you understand? All right.
To go. When?
Omar has 9 years old.
That's a good one, and that's not on here. So let's do that one. To go, present tense.
Went, gone.
Okay.
Go,
so
went.
what is it in the present?
Goes with
goes.
yes.
Goes.
Like to do. We add es.
So I go, he, she goes, you go, they go. And then in the past tense?
Went.
Went.
So I went, he, she went, you went, they went.
I have gone.
Yeah, that's a different tense, but that still means that's still in the past. So good.
Born.
Born?
Was born. No.
Born.
Confused between to be or born. No.
Okay, so let's see if we can get a worksheet for past. All right. Helping verbs, action verb, circle the action verb. No. That's a different tense that we didn't. Okay, so what we can do is take a look at this worksheet. So I can give you the link again. Okay. We're going to be working with some of these verbs, two kinds of verbs. Okay. All right, so if we take a look at this box, does someone want to read it for us?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Every sentence has to at least one verb.
Hmm?
In some sentences,
Hi.
the subject, the subject doesn't something. These sentences contain action verb. Example: two actors danced across the stage. After that, a woman with red hair sings out as solo.
A solo.
Yeah, a solo. Yeah. In another sentence, more information is given about the subject. These sentences contain linking verbs. Linking verbs connect the subject to a noun or adjective in the predicate. Okay. The noun or adjective remain or describes the subject.
Okay, so what there's, yeah, 1 second, because that just meant, I'm sure, nothing to all of us. All right, so what they're saying in the first one is we have action verbs. So we have the subject and the verb, and this is in the past tense, okay? We have the subject, we have the verb, okay? Here, we also have the subject and the verb, and it's in the past tense, okay? But it's a linking verb. So it connects the subject, which is our actors, to a noun or adjective. So the noun or adjective would be school, okay? Obviously, in this sense, it's a noun, okay? And so we're going to just take a look after at picking out the verbs in the sentences. So recognizing when certain words are conjugated. So can you read the example for us? Sorry to stop you.
Who will read? Can I read?
Yes, just read the examples here.
The actors were students from my school. The woman with the red hair appeared nervous.
Yeah, so we learned a little something new here, and it might not be that clear, but once again, to go over, this verb is in the past tense, okay, and it's linked to actors and also the noun, okay, at the end of the sentence, or the adjective. And an adjective describes oh God, sorry, train of thought. The red hair appeared nervous. Describes a noun, okay? And a noun is a person, place, or thing. So that's just a lot of English grammar. So we're going to underline the action verb in each sentence, all right? So for number 1, the airplane soared through the clouds. What is the verb in this sentence? Any ideas? Soared. Good. All right. And is that in the past or present tense?
In past tense.
Good. And is it irregular or regular?
Regular.
Regular. And how do we know that?
It's ended with ed.
Perfect. Sorry for so many questions. All right. The eagle built a nest in the top branches of the tree. So does anyone know what the verb is?
Built?
Yeah, built. And is that regular or irregular?
Irregular, and the regular is build.
Yeah, and it's in the past. Good. What about 3? Mia counted her baseball cards. Who would like to try this one?
Another volunteer?
So it can be anyone. Why don't we hear from...
Regular verb. Counted. To count.
Yes. It's regular, and it's counted. Past or present? Past or present tense? Past. Good.
Past.
Yeah. What about the hungry puppy gobbled up the food?
Hungry.
No,
Gobbled,
hungry is
gobbled,
adjective.
gobbled,
Attends,
Gobbled.
gobbled, gobbled.
the
Yeah.
hungry
So
goblet.
hungry, in
Adjective.
Is
English we
adjective.
say,
Adjective.
yeah, it's an adjective. So we say I am. Okay, I
If you
am
are
hungry.
hungry, who says the hungry is verb? She's confused. I will explain it that hungry, if you are hungry, that means that you need to eat, not to, it's adjective.
Yep. Because in English we have to use the verb to be to express hunger.
I'm
So yeah,
hungry, yes.
me
Like I'm
too.
tired, I'm nervous.
And number 5, Owen and I dipped our pretzels in cheese.
Dipped.
Yeah. Past or present?
Past, regular.
Good. All right. And that was a
And the
preview.
verb is dip, only one p. But in the past we add, it becomes double p, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm.
The infinitive is to dip, and in past tense, we have to add we have to add one consonant. Otherwise, it would be pronounced diped, which would be. So one consonant like that means that you pronounce it differently. You pronounce it di instead of di. Okay.
We can say instead of the dip, the dunk, like we make our breads into the cheese.
Yeah, so Owen and I dunked our pretzels into cheese.
Yes.
Dunk. Good question. All right, and so this is the end of my class. So why don't we leave the last 10 minutes for questions. So what didn't you understand, and what would you like to review?
Teacher, could you explain me
Sorry,
one time
Miss,
how
can
can
you
I use
repeat
the verb
the
to
question because
like?
I was
Because
busy.
I heard
Your question
sometimes
is?
that it have two
What's your question
meanings
to answer
when
it?
I admire something and in a comparison.
Sorry, Diego, can you repeat? I'll repeat my question, sorry, which is, what are your questions? Did you not understand? What did you not understand?
It's not the question of not being understand. I don't hear you because I was like this. I was stopped.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay. So Diego has a question. Could you repeat it for me? I didn't hear it before. So Diego?
Sometimes I heard about verb to like. I use it to admire something, and I use it to in comparison of something. Right?
What do you mean in preparation?
Yeah, comparison.
Oh, comparison. Yes, yes. So, so we have what we call similes in English, and you use the word like or as.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could say, what's a good simile to use? I'm thinking of an example. Sun is like a ball of. We can say, for a simile, the sun is like a ball of fire. I hope you understand that. Okay, so that's an example that we can use like to compare something. So making an image. So yeah, you can use it as a verb or as a comparison. So good. Does that make sense? So for similes, we use like or as. Yes, Diego? Yep, and they're called similes. Can anyone think of another simile we could use at all?
For like?
Using like or as.
Okay, we can say you look like your brother.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, you look like your brother. Okay. If you say you look like a bum, means you look homeless. People will say that when you're not dressed nicely. They may say you look like a bum today if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
And can I say that you are so kind, like an angel?
Yeah, you are so kind, like an angel. So it's a comparison between two things. Good. I can't think of one with as right now. Let me see. Will Google help me out?
As I'm tired, I need to sleep, or I have to sleep.
The center of the comparison.
It's not comparison here. I know. As.
Okay.
It's like conditional.
Okay, so alike as two peas in a pod. That's a very common expression. Alike is two peas in a pod. Well, these are weird. Oh, cute as a button. Sorry, we say cute as a button. It makes no sense whatsoever, but it means that you are adorable. So if you say, oh, you're cute as a button, it means someone is very adorable and kind of childlike. So mostly used for children, just to give you another example. So any other questions out there? No?
Yeah, I need to ask, when will be the next class for you?
So I have 2 more hours tomorrow morning. I'm in France. So Central European.
1 hour, 1 hour different, I think. Huh?
So
I think 1 hour different.
I think my classes start at 10 a.m. Central European time for tomorrow.
No,
Yeah.
the difference between each country, Central European, it's 1 hour almost.
Okay, it's only a 1 hour difference. That's not bad. Yeah. And if you guys follow me on Verbling, it should tell you when my next classes are. And I also have a Facebook, so you can check. You can check me out on Facebook and leave ideas for classes if you want. Okay. Facebook. The link is there, and you guys can friend me. Sometimes I post about the lessons, and also it's a great place for if you want to leave comments, either about class, what we can work on, what subjects you want to study. That works as well. All right. And so beginner classes are pretty hard for me to teach, so I hope it was okay. So you guys did really well. Not so many beginners. You guys are stronger in English than you thought, so good job. All right. And yeah, I'll see some of you tomorrow, I guess. And this is where I'll end class if we have no more questions. No? All right.
Okay.
Well, it was nice getting to